He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation, while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं ब्रह्मास्मि। So good evening everyone, and good morning to the people from the other side of the ocean. So here we are, 199th and ticking. That's amazing. So we are on the march towards the 200 mark. Good. Chalo. So let's start with Kamlender ji. Please unmute.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम।
गुरुदेव, सबसे पहले तो नव वर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
धन्यवाद, आपको भी।
सबसे पहले मैं एक एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाह रहा हूँ, उसमें कुछ मेरे को गाइडेंस चाहिए, समझ नहीं आ रहा है
जी।
मैं मेडिटेशन जो कर रहा हूँ उसमें एक शिवलिंग में जो नाग बना हुआ है, ऐसे ही दीवार भी उसी की बनी है, मेटल की।
ओके।
इट्स अ ब्रास, लेकिन उस पे चौकोर चौकोर करके यंत्र बना है एक, और उसको बहुत ज्यादा अगर जूम करके जब देखता हूं मैं, तो वो यंत्र अरेबिक में लिखा हुआ है।
ओके।
क्या है मेरी समझ में बिल्कुल नहीं आ रहा है। मतलब ये रेगुलरली कई बार दिख चुका है मेरे को ये।
ओके, किसी भी तरीके से आप जितना भी ड्रॉ कर सके उसको कर सकते हैं क्या?
मैं यंत्र के अंदर क्या लिखा है वहां तक तो नहीं पहुंच पा रहा
नहीं
था, क्योंकि
नहीं,
लिखा हुआ अरेबिक में है।
जो
मतलब
आउटलाइन है उसका जो आपको दिखाएगा।
आउटलाइन आउटलाइन मैं भेज सकता हूँ,
हाँ तो वो
क्योंकि
करके भेजिए, सो
जो
विल सी दैट।
उसके मंदिर की जो दीवारें भी है ना,
जी।
वो भी मतलब मेटल की ही है।
ओके, ठीक है, एक बार वो अ, मुझे पेपर में एक छोटा सा जैसा भी ड्रॉ कर सके करके भेजिए।
जी।
विल लुक इनटू दैट, और मैं आपको पर्सनली बात करूंगा उसके ऊपर कैसे भी।
जी। और अभी जो संडे को आपने करवाया था मातृका वाला,
हम्म।
तो उस समय एक समय पे आपने ये बोला था कि भाई ब्लू फ्लेम देखनी है
हम्म।
थर्ड आई पे।
हम्म।
आई वॉज सीइंग ब्लू फ्लेम, बट इट गॉट पार्टेड लाइक दिस इन अ त्रिशूल फॉर्म,
हम्म।
जो इधर के साइड्स के वो हैं
ओके।
बन गए थे, और बीच में है ना शिवलिंग का जो त्रिपुंड है,
हम्म।
वहां से येलो लाइट्स निकल रहे थे।
ओके, सो दैट इज फाइन, नो प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज यू नो व्हाट, जब ये आवरण है, आवरण धीरे धीरे सत्यता की ओर ले जाएगा,
हम्म।
और सत्यता की तरफ जाते जाते ये सब भी एक तरफ से मिट जाएगा। बट दैट इज गुड साइंस व्हेन यू आर एबल टू सी ऑल दिस थिंग्स, कि आप तो बैठ के ये सोच नहीं रहे हो कि ऐसा मुझे दिखाई दे, यू डोंट इवन थिंक ऑन दैट।
जी।
बट व्हेन ऑल these थिंग्स आर appearing, these आर इंडिकेशन अबाउट आपकी प्रखरता के ऊपर ही बात चल रही है, मीन्स हाउ well you are traveling on that path and how you are able to experience all these things. So कई बार होता है कि people start thinking that because you are always thinking on those lines, then you start seeing all it.
हम्म।
Then you can challenge anyone and say, now you just think of what I saw. You just think of and eh, create that. Let's see if you can. Because this is an absolute sense of grace. जब आप ये कार्य करते हो ना, लाइक इट इज, मैं यही कह सकता हूँ कि यू कैन नॉट इवन इमेजिन विदाउट हिज परमिशन।
तो ये मतलब जब भी होता है ना अपने आप ही होता है, मतलब जै और हकीकत तो यह है कि मेडिटेशन में आपने जब लास्ट में मेडिटेशन कराई,
जी,
शुरू के शब्द मेरे को थोड़े से सुनाई दिया, और उसके बाद में लास्ट में जब वापस बुलाया आपने।
दैट इज एक एक या इवन आई वांट टू क्लैरिफाई वन थिंग, बहुत सारे लोगों को ये प्रश्न भी आता है दैट जनरली जब आप मेडिटेशन शुरू करते हो, सो वी लिसन अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट दैट, थोड़ा सुनाई देता है,
हम्म।
उसके बाद समझ नहीं आता कि मैं सो गया या खो गया। सो आई डोंट इवन नो व्हाट हैपेंड टू दैट। एंड इवन कई बार आप शायद पूजा कर रहे हो या शायद आप मंत्र जाप कर रहे हो, और आप उस स्थान पे बैठने के बाद अचानक से यू डोंट नो, लाइक यू फेल लाइक यू फेल अस्लीप, आप नींद में चले गए।
हम्म।
क्योंकि कभी कभी जब देखते हो तो उठने के बाद देखते हो कि माला हाथ से नीचे गिरी हुई है, या माला हाथ हाथ नीचे चला गया है, राइट? सो मेनी अ पीपल इवन क्रिएट दिस फियर विद इन सर्टन पीपल, दैट सेइंग दैट ओ तू सो जा रहा है, सो यू आर स्लीपिंग ऑफ, दैट्स व्हाई this is falling off and all those things. But I would like to give you a clarity on that, because when that happens, जब आपको लगता है कि आप ध्यान करते करते सो जा रहे हो, or while doing the meditation or while doing the jap you are falling asleep, or the question simply again is asked is, how did you woke up with just an instruction that now you can open your eyes? सो दैट itself indicates one specific thing, जो हम डरते हैं, एंड लोग ये डराने की भी कोशिश करते हैं, बिकॉज विद दैट फियर दे विल टेल यू दैट यू आर नॉट मूविंग इन spirituality. However, when this state happens, it is in true essence an altered state of mind. एक ऐसी स्थिति में आप जा रहे हो जो आपके मन और बुद्धि के परे है, ठीक? So when we are talking about these things in the lines of that, there is a beautiful saying, it is said that when the Atman wears the cloth of the Buddhi, means जब आत्मा मन का कपड़ा धारण करता है, तब वो संसार बन जाता है। Means when the soul covers itself with the mind, it becomes the world and becomes the part of the world. So इसीलिए आप देखना, जब आप जागृत अवस्था में रहते हो तो आप पूरे संसारिक चीजों में ही उलझे रह जाते हो. बट वेन यू आर सिटिंग इन दो स्पेसेस, जब आप वहां बैठते हो तो क्या हो रहा है? मनत्रयत है मंत्र, मन से परे ले जाता है जो चीज. सो आप मंत्र करते 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 क्या होता है, एक ऐसी स्थिति आती है, यू आर रीचिंग टू दैट रेल्म वेयर आप. और एक भी चीज देखे होगे, कई बार यू आर नॉट सिटिंग स्ट्रेट एनी मोर. जब आप उठते हो तो आप देखोगे आराम से बॉडी हैज गॉटन सो रिलैक्स्ड राइट नाउ. एंड many a times even people might find they find that they are lying down on the ground itself. वो धीरे से जमीन के ऊपर सो गए. Now that brings a clear idea to them that oh मैं सो ही गया पक्का. However, you sit straight up until you are conscious about it. When you are no more conscious about your body, when you are no more conscious about your mind, that is a space where you enter into that altered state which is beyond mind. मानो उसके बाद जैसे कहा गया है कि when the Atman is wearing the cloth of the mind, it becomes the world, and the moment the cloth drops, the world is turned into ashes, and once the only thing that is left is the Atman. जब मन रूपी पर्दा जल जाता है तो संसार भी नष्ट हो जाता है, और जो रह जाता है वो सिर्फ शुद्ध चैतन्य रह जाता है. So that is a state when you enter into that space. तब क्या होता है? You don't have any idea who you are, what you were doing, what is your body doing, what's your mind thinking, because in those times the thoughts also disappear. So what does that happen to you in that moment? That is where you are stepping into an altered state of mind, which is even beyond what we speak of the alpha, theta, gamma states. Because alpha, theta, gamma states can be induced into you through certain kinds of music, through certain kind of hertz of music that actually calm yourself down. But if you look at that, that music is able to calm you down. Here, there is no music. It is still calming you down. That means you are already entering into a state without need of an external source. That is entering into samadhi in the true essence. तब जाके आप गहरे समाधि. और आप देखोगे when you are sitting there, what happens? You don't even want to get out of that place. आप कुछ कर नहीं रहे हो. You are not doing anything at all. You are just sitting and you just want to sit there. So this is a evolutionized state of mind जो लोग नकार देते हैं. Means they discard this part, thinking like, oh, I might have slept off. Because this is again, the moment the mind came in, it says, oh, तो सो गया होगा. So you slept off. Then you should question the mind. Where were you at that time? When I was sleeping, where were you? What were you doing? So इस स्थिति में जब आप जाते हो,
एग्जैक्टली ऐसा ही हो रहा है मेरे साथ में.
जी,
एग्जैक्टली ऐसा ही हो रहा है. एंड होता क्या है कि मतलब कई बारी 3-3, 4-4 घंटे तक उस जोन में रहता हूँ और अंदर से इच्छा नहीं होती कि इससे मैं बाहर निकलूं.
होगा ही नहीं. Because
मोमेंटली बाहर आता हूँ तो फिर उसी फेस में चला जाता हूँ.
absolutely, because that's where I say no, like जब आपको when you absolutely dip into that space, and I can say why you don't want to come out of that. उसका भी मैं व्याख्या कर सकता हूँ. Because that is a space where you don't question anything, you don't answer anything, you are not happy, you are not sad, you are not thinking anything also. You are in a space where you are no more there, yet there. आप रहते हुए भी आप नहीं हो. मैंने क्या कहा? पर्दा गिर गया. Means just like you were watching a movie on the screen and suddenly the screen broke. What happened? And then, or else it can be in such a way कि ये मूवी चल रहा था, अचानक मूवी हॉल में लाइट जल गया, इंटरमिशन आ गया. So that's where we are entering into those space of altered state that even cannot be defined. But there is something that I call as a cosmic joke. You know what is a cosmic joke? भगवान ने एक बड़ा जोक किया हुआ है सबके साथ. That's what I say as a cosmic joke. The one who sees cannot speak. The one who speaks cannot see. Now tell me, can they ever express themselves?
No. Never.
जो देखता है वो बोल नहीं सकता, जो बोलता है वो देखता नहीं है, तो क्या ये दोनों कभी भी एक दूसरे के बारे में कभी सही बता पाएंगे?
कभी नहीं हो सकता.
नाक सुनता नहीं है, कान सूंघता नहीं है. So can you see, that's what I say as a cosmic joke. And that's where we are in a space. When you leave all these things and you sit quietly, there you realize that you are nowhere actually connected to any of these anymore. And in that space, आपका पूरा ड्रामा किससे चलता है? शरीर से, मन से. ये दोनों ही नहीं है तो मन त्रयते मंत्र, तन त्रयते तंत्र. सो जब मंत्र और तंत्र को जोड़ देते हो through the processes, through the jap, through the practices that you have been doing, what happens in that space? Exactly what I'm saying. You don't have a desire to speak. You don't have a desire to even seek that space when you are slowly entering into that. That's altered state. And in those moments, whatever you see cannot be the creation of the mind, because the mind wasn't there. Now you realize what I'm saying, कि जब आप ध्यान में उतरने के बाद कुछ देखते हो, why it is not even, आप उसे नकार नहीं सकते, you cannot deny it, because the mechanism that we call as mind, mano, like this body, when you look at this, the flesh bag and the dream creating machine, that is the mind, when both of these are not there, what do? Then you are in your absolute reality, not a perceived reality through the mind, not a perceived expression through the body, but your pure essence. And when you are in your pure essence, whatever showcases itself, it's sheer magic. I will tell you one thing about, like, some time ago, I remember one thing. I'm not quite remembering whether it was Krishna who said it to somebody or it was Ram Krishna who told it. Okay, so let me tell you what Ram Krishna said. The first experience of Ram Krishna with Kali. How many of you know what happened on that day? Have you ever heard कि उनको काली कैसे दिखे थे पहली बार? So I'll tell you how he narrated. Because when he was appointed as the priest of the temple, दक्षिणेश्वर के लिए उनका नाम तब गदाधर था. ठीक है. So when he was brought there, and the queen who has built that temple, she said, like, okay, so you take care of it now. So he was young at that time. And when he was sitting in the temple, the first moment he saw the image of Kali, he actually fell in love with her. And he has always seen her in the form of a mother only. तो एक बार क्या होता है कि when he was sitting in the temple and looking at the image of the goddess, just a second, something went off. Oh, just a second. Are you still okay? Okay, technological glitch. Yeah. So here you are. Yeah. So when he was sitting in the temple and he was just looking at the goddess, he started crying, stating that one more day has gone. I haven't met you. एक और दिन बीत गया, मुझे तेरे दर्शन नहीं हुए. And he started crying. The people all around him, they thought like, what is this happening? Okay. So the people, those who were all there, they were thinking like, he's a young boy who has left his village and his mother. So might be he's homesick and thinking about his mother and crying. They did not give any heed to him. So, but he was sitting and crying and crying and crying. And when he narrated it later, like, you know what happened? Suddenly I saw bright light all over. And then he said, I could not see the light. But after some time, she appeared in the most benevolent and the most beautiful way as the mother. And then whenever people asked him, are you really mad? Like you say, she's talking to you. Have you gone crazy? He used to say, in Bengali, he used to say, ও কথা বলছে আমার সাথে কথা বলছে. You know what that means? He used to say, but वो तो मेरे साथ बात कर रही है. How can I deny that she is not there? And when he narrated this was a space when I said, can I say that he was daydreaming? Because later on, Swami Vivekananda, he used to say, right? He used to say that he was absolutely against all these things. Later on, he completely moved into this. A great transformation that we have ever seen. That moment, he has written a place that she is like a person whom you can meet and you can talk to. She is an entity that can appear and you can discuss with her just as you're discussing with me. So now when the first instant happened, if he would have thought, oh, I slept off or I was dreaming, or it just like, you know what, एक छोटा सा बीज है और उस बीज के कान में जाके किसी ने कह दिया कि तू ना वो सामने देख रहा है जो बड़ा पेड़ है, उससे भी बड़ा बन सकता है. In that moment when the seed is a small little seed, it will doubt itself. Because it will think like, how is it even possible? I am just so small. How can I become so big? वो doubt करता है. But you know what happens to the seed which grows into that tree? He goes into that darkness. उसे उस अंधेरे में धकेल दिया जाता. The darkness which feels like he has lost everything. And then it is crushed from all sides so that it breaks. And in that breaking, something very, very soft and subtle grows. But have you ever realized that the ground may be hard? Even the grass cuts it down and grows ahead. कभी सोचा है आपने कि बंजर जमीन में भी आपने देखे होंगे कि घास उगाए. अब घास कितना सॉफ्ट है. It still pierces through that and grows. And when that seed slowly comes out, it sees light. What is your experience? Now, is it a story of a seed or it is a story of a sadhak? When a sadhak is told that you are also the Atman, it doubts itself. Then he says, okay, go back into the world and let's see what happens. And when it goes back with the world with the idea that it can become a tree, it is pushed into darkness. Then it is covered with dirt and there is a lot of pressure all around. And the world starts crushing you down. And when the world starts crushing you down, you still remember one story that was told to you, that you can become the tree. Then a small ray of hope starts growing within you. Might be, let me see if I continue my sadhana, what happens. And even without your knowledge, despite the ground being tough, that soft little thing slowly comes out of it. And for the first time, it experiences light. And then when it grows, it blooms into branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. And when it becomes that, now it realizes how many millions of seeds were hidden within it. It's like awakening of the soul into the truth, nature. So उसी तरीके से जब आप ध्यान में उतरते हो और ये सारे चीजें आपको दिखाई देने लगते, when you experience all these things, it cannot be the creation of the mind. It is absolute sheer grace. Just like that day, Kali appeared in front of Ram Krishna. It should be a similar story to all of us. You might be that small seed, you might be that sapling, you might be in the growing stage, you might have just seen the light. Does the tree stop growing? No. Grow. Grow in your sadhana. And when you see all these things, never doubt it. Because if you doubt, I don't say that you don't believe it. You are not doubting it, you are doubting yourself. Because you think you have the power to bring it out. That's why you doubt. But when you realize that it is not in your hand, it's absolute, it's grace, that it can show up, then आपका ego crush हो जाएगा. Because now you realize that even if I, अच्छा बैठ के कभी सोचना, जिसको भी ये डाउट है ना कमलेंद्र जी, इसको एक टेस्ट पे डाल दीजिए. There is a litmus test to do that. उनको बोलना, so you think your mind can think. Tell me what is your next thought. Second thing. You can imagine, that's what you say, right? Okay. Close your eyes and imagine the face of your mother. And see the face of your mother for some more time. Some more time. And you will see you are never seeing the face of the mother. It is just a glimpse that appeared. Oh, my mother looks like that. But if you close your eyes and start to seeing the face of your mother, it will disappear, because that's your mind. A mind just have a photographic image which just flashes with a synapse of the brain cell and it vanishes. But when you are experiencing the divine, when you are sitting in that meditation and you are seeing that, is it vanishing or is it absolutely purely available to you in that moment? So tell me, how can your brain think it? How come that experience that you are having constantly stays with you for hours? कैसे हो सकता है? That is the litmus test. You can surely know what was the creation of the mind, what was not, because whatever mind creates in a flash moves out. You might have a beautiful gramophone within yourself. Every single day you get up and you bring on an old cassette and put it on that. And you put it on a loop and you listen to that. But despite all of it, when you sit in closing your eyes, have you ever felt the happiness that you might have felt one day was better than yesterday? It will always be as beautiful as it has been. वो चाहे एक क्षण के लिए लगे या एक घंटे के लिए. So कमलेंद्र जी, आप मुझे वो चित्र बना के भेजो. You just draw that and send it to me.
गुरुदेव एक और था
जी.
स्टार्टिंग में जब थर्ड आइज पे वर्क करता था मैं, तो यहाँ पे है ना सेंटर में होता था टिंगलिंग सिचुएशन. नाउ इट इज लाइक दिस.
That's what I call as the expression. It is not only that, because हमको लगता है ना कि it is only limited to the size of my forehead. It's not. Because the moment you experience the movement of the Sahasrar, it will actually slowly expand in such a way in your, it actually takes a jump from the third eye, right? So that in order to do that, it will actually open up quite widely. It won't be in just like your imagination. Okay, let me tell this. हम क्यों ऐसा सोचते हैं जानते हैं? हमने कभी भी शिव के कई भी फोटोज या कोई भी सीरियल में देखें तो आंख सिर्फ इतना ही दिखाई देता है. That's why you keep on thinking like my eyes also should look like that only. No, it's not that. It's illumination. It's light. And when it grows, it's just like वो कहते हैं ना मणि की तरह होती है. वो जैसे ही बाहर आएगा ना उसका उजाला और रोशनी फैलता जाएगा. So it would be like, how can I say? Okay, the sun is one source, but उसका light कितना तक बिखर जाता है. So that is how, if it is expanding, that's a phase of its coming into action. So no problem with that. Okay. So उसी तरीके से grow होगा वो. But I don't keep on saying all these things, Kamlendra, because अगर मैंने कह दिया, so everybody starts saying like, okay, let me imagine. Even if you don't want to, but it happens. So it is better like when your experience is happening to you, you talk, whether it is right or wrong is something that I can tell you. Okay? जी. तो
I'll
मुझे
send you
भेजिए.
that picture.
जी.
Picture मैं आपको भेजता हूँ.
जी.
Thank you.
Right. अलीवा जी.
प्रणाम महादेव.
प्रणाम अलीवा जी.
हर हर महादेव.
हर हर महादेव.
Mahadev, in the last Q&A session, what I couldn't ask, and I think Aditi ji brought in this aspect from the intro video.
Okay.
My question was related. One of the other things, I mean, there are many things that are spoken there, and you gave us a glimpse of your experiences in the last Shivratri. Right, with the Gol Matol Aghor's Kahani. So my point was, there's a place where it said that he was a great he was a sitter, and many saints, sages, and masters would come to him in solitude to gain wisdom, guidance from him at such a tender age. We got a very small glimpse of it with these light beings all around you when you were near the riverbed, and one of the instances there. But and the related point, how it kind of intrigues me to know more, is there's a book on this autobiography of a yogi, and
Paramahansa Yogananda.
There's so many. Thanks to Abhari, I have this book now. But what is mentioned in it in glimpses, we get to experience it through these numerous question and answer sessions, through your satsangs. But they are so relatable. And the names mentioned there, Mahavtar Baba, Lahari Mahashay, and so on. So who all came to meet you? Could we not hear your conversations, Madhav?
Oh my God. Who all and who all not should be the question.
Yeah.
How many people do you really know?
I don't know anyone other than you.
So that's the question, because
be all and end all for us.
That itself makes it null and void. And the question here is, it's not about who all came and all that happened. It's all about that potential that kid has or had at that time is also the same potential that you all have it. I can narrate you stories after stories after stories of every encounter that happened, every being that was surrounding, and everything that was there. At times, it would feel like many of the people even might get offended to certain things. I'll tell you, Olivaji. When I would take the names of certain beings, they would get offended. You know why? They think that there is no one beyond them. That becomes a problem. But do we really need to tell it so that I am something else or something bigger? We never speak that. We always say that the day you saw like all those people sitting in front of you, and I might have narrated this story. Someday when you meet them, you can ask who I am and they will speak, rather than I telling who all came to me.
Sorry, Madhav, I didn't intend to
No, not
ask
that.
who all came. I'm just
Okay.
saying that some of these experiences, whenever we hear some your experiences, it just puts us somewhere else. It's enlightening for us. So just that joy of being
I know. I understand that.
through those instances, I'm just greedy of hearing to those, at least one of those.
Okay. So whom you want to know, about whom you want to hear?
I have no wisdom.
If you have any idea, if you know any name, you can tell me and I can tell you whether I met them or not, and what happened on that particular time, and what was the thing that. Any name.
I'm telling you, I am nothing, zero wisdom, zero knowledge. You share what you think we should hear.
Do you know even what I'm trying to speak in the most easiest of the ways? In the most simplest of the ways now? जैसे अभी भी जो चल रहा है जो मातृका रहस्य, I am just speaking it in a language that you can understand. I'm speaking to your language. But just think of whatever was told last week. You might be walking on this planet for so many years. Have you ever thought that that kind of secret can be hidden in those simplest of the things?
No.
Now, that is a very basic idea, even because the moment I completed that session, Hari Bhai called up and says, भाई जब लगता है कि आप बोल दियो सब कुछ, आप कुछ फिर कुछ बोल देते हो. So when I think like this is what you have reached to the level, now you drop us and you say something else. I said, because I still am scratching on the surface. The deeper, I can say you this. There was this being, how to put forth is a question. And who would believe? It doesn't matter to me anyways. It was such a it was okay. So let me remind you of this one fine day just has recently passed. That was a Diwali night. That okay. So दिवाली में हम जानते हैं कि रात में काली की पूजा होती है. Okay. So it was such a night. It was a dark night of Diwali only, and it was late in the night, almost 2:30. Still, you remember like 30 years ago, there was no so much of noise and crackers all around. Yet in the far off places, you might hear some or other sound. So when the entire space people were busy, the people, those who worship Kali, they were there, and it being a Tuesday and Amavasya coming together. So as I said, if it is a Tuesday and Amavasya falling together, it would be the worship of Adya Kali. And if it is Diwali, it would be a worship of Tara as well as Kali. So hold your breath if you can hear that. So I was 9. So I didn't have as much of a work to do that day, it seems. So all were busy worshipping. I was busy in my own dark space. When I said dark space, so as usual, I walk towards the river and I sit there. I was just sitting and looking towards the river. That at that time the river was not that full, so sand was there. So I walked even into the sand. I still remember that I was sitting at the riverbed, and I put one of my feet into the water and another was on the sand. I was just sitting and like enjoying the water flowing through that. Those days are like, we don't have those luxuries anymore, I believe. So when I was sitting there, then what do I see? There is one person walking. Okay, so walking towards me. Acha, from where? Not on the sand. He's coming from in front of me. What is his clothing? A white dhoti, a white chadar, a white beard, and small little hair on his head. He came walking and just sat by my side. And then he asked, Ma asche? His mother coming, he's asking. And I don't know, I also replied, well, Ashbo, means he will come. And he laughs and he says, Ashbo, Ashbo. Means he will come, she will come. And what he next told is, today we both will see her. I said, okay. And it felt like I don't know what happened. He said, till mother comes, can I sleep a little bit? I said, yeah, of course you can sleep a little bit. और वो क्या कहते हैं? वो आए तो मुझे जगा देना. If she comes, you wake me up. Till then, I would like to sleep a little bit. I said, of course. And suddenly what he does, he sleeps on my lap. He puts his head, sleeps down and says, okay, now you can wake me up when she comes. This person walked on water, came to me sitting here and he says, now he's sleeping on the lap. What's the story all about? But he said, no, no worries. I just want to sleep. I said, okay, sleep. Like, okay, can you put a hand on my head? Okay. Do you know songs? And that very moment I said, I don't remember any. He said, but you can sing the name of Ma, na? তুমি মাকে নামে বলতে পারি না? At least you can tell the name of the mother and that would be enough. And then I started just saying Kali, Kali, Mahakali. I didn't know any other word at that time. I keep on singing those 3 words only, Kali, Kali, Mahakali. And then he replied, oh, you can add to that. I said, what? He said, Kali, Kali, Mahakali, Kali ke Jagamohini. I said, okay, so I can sing that much. Kali Kali Mahakali, Kali ke Jagamohini. And he said, would you like to learn more? I was in no mood to listen other than that. Because I was thinking something was disturbing. I was just sitting alone there. Somebody came. Because still that moment, I was always extremes. If I'm angry, I'm absolutely angry. And like at times, slowly, when you start gaining yourself, knowing yourself, you start becoming a kind of arrogant that you can say. Absolutely. He just slept and he says, no, no, no problem. If you don't want to learn further, you can just continue those lines only. Then how long would you like to sleep like that? Let her come, then you can wake me up. Funniest things happen, right? So I keep on telling that and he just left off. The last word he was saying is Ashbo, Ashbo. You keep singing. It was exactly few months, might be, yeah, few months away from my first experience in that space, in the smashan, right? Because still I was thinking who appeared, who disappeared, might be that I brought her, whoever you are, you just come along with me. So he said, Ashbo, Ashbo. I was least bothered about कौन आएगा कौन नहीं आएगा, because I said जिसको आना था वो तो आ चुकी है. But that night when he said Ashbo, Ashbo, it went on. I just kept on singing and he was just there for almost 45 minutes, I can say 50 minutes. I don't have a watch at that time. But as the time passes, you might feel that was the timing. It was just around like 3:15, this timing. I'm just watching that river. Suddenly, poof, like that sound kind of something happened. And then suddenly somebody's standing there. I was looking at her. And by looking at her, I understood who she is. Waking this fellow up. आ गई আসি গেছে हैं माँ আসি গেছে वो उठ के बैठ गया. And he was about to get up, but what we saw is he started moving towards us. Now when she appeared there, came so close, standing and she just smiled. And the person sitting by my side, he says, তোমাদের গান শুনি প্রসন্ন হয়ে গেছে. By listening to your song, she is happy. We are sitting there and she was standing there. I was continuing to sing the same song. No music, no rhythm, no words. Just those 5 or 6 words that keep on. Just keep on singing those. And she just stood there. Then he says, Stop the হয়ে গেছে. Means what is Stabdo Igache means is, oh, she's stunned by listening to your songs now. Then I looked at him and says, the one who can, जो सारे संसार को स्तब्धित कर सकती है, वो मेरे गाने से कैसे स्तब्ध हो सकती है? And he pulls my chin and says, देखो ना, look at her. She's not moving, she's not going anywhere, she's just standing there in front of you. How can I describe her? Because the eyes see, the words don't. That's why it will fail. But you can only say one thing. You have never seen anything darker than her and beautiful than her. She was like, you cannot even imagine that. She was like the transparent sky that you can see through. And that benevolence, that beauty, that the space of that mother. And that very moment he said, the voice comes from the front now. Take my word. And listen to this carefully. What the voice was coming. She says, take my word and tell the world. Whoever thinks they are all alone and no one is there for them, tell them the mother always walks with them. You are never alone. The mother is always with you. And thereafter, what happened? I stood up. The same song without any music. I was dancing. The person by my side was dancing. The being in front of was dancing. And we never knew where we were. Until the first ray of the sun broke. Is there anything to even speak of all these things? But I believe you know who met, who came. Because whom will you tell all these stories now? Because it does not make any sense to a normal being. But for a being who knows it, for them it means a world and beyond. I don't keep my stories because I don't want to share. No. I don't share my stories because to the world, is the world ready to even hear that? आपका जो सबसे गहन खजाना होता है, आप उसके रास्ते पे तो नहीं डाल देते ना। जब आप अपने सोने चांदी को इतने छुपा के रखते हो तो कब देते हो? जब कोई वैसा उसका हकदार मिल जाए आपको. When someone is really inquisitive, when somebody is really ready to listen, all that, when someone is not just asking for getting entertained, but really want to experience that. Am I sad because I'm this way right now? No. What is sadness? But yes, this body, this mind has just become a vessel through which she shines. And through this vessel, she is pouring out whatever she wants to. Because in our dictionary, there is no he or there is no she. I think, Alivaji, that would do for this day.
Dhanyavad, Mahadev, for thinking us to be worthwhile to even,
You know what
hear
I
that.
want to say? Ashbo, Ashbo. She will come, she will come. You might not have ever seen such benevolent eyes in the most terrifying forms. The descriptions, what you see as the descriptions of the images, she is far more, what do you say? She looks far more dangerous than that what you can imagine. But at the same time, if you look at her face, oh my goodness, you will forget everything. A true essence of mother. Absolute true essence of mother. Have you seen like she just standing still to listen and then dancing to you along with you? Who and what could that be? But just I have to complete what I have to do. So trying out ways in whatever way, in whichever possibilities to awake as many souls as possible. And you know what? Like the ones those who want to awake, they will awake with one ring. But the ones those who want to sleep will get irritated with the same sound. So जिसको जागना है वो जागे. Your work is just to speak. My work is to bring out what the truth is. And I won't bring out all those stories just like that. It's not needed actually, because what people cannot understand. कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, without knowing those beings, they make a joke out of it and they don't know what kind of impact it will have. So that's why I keep those stories to myself. Yeah, someday when just like this today might be. He appears, he speaks. And now I can understand why I was wearing this color today. Yeah. So, Alivaji, I can give a list of those people to you, but
that's
doesn't
not
make any sense.
No, that was not the curiosity. This experience to kind of get soaked in this, that was
Ashbo. That's what I can only say. Because what she has told, that tell everyone no one is alone. When they think no one is theirs, remind them the mother will never leave them. आप कभी अकेले ना थे, ना हो, ना रहोगे. That's what her promise is when you are in this world. Beyond this world, you are her. That's it. Till you want to experience it in outer space, that's a different experience. But when I say that, do you really want to see her outside? But that might be a desire of the eyes, even of the heart. But my question is, isn't she already dancing there? Then if I remember all those things, I go to those spaces where I will become silent. Because in those spaces, silence speaks louder. You will forget all the adjectives to define her. There's something that is, it's just like every second you are looking at it, she looks more and more amazing than just the previous second. You cannot even say, okay, so this was better than this. No, even you cannot think that. But every moment you are looking at it, you just look at it and you just sit there. Then the final things was like, okay, so the two hands comes like this and just, Ami asche, I'll come back. Now I'm going. हमारे वहां पे वो कहते हैं मैं जाके आता हूँ. ये नहीं कहते हैं कि हम जाते हैं, वो कहते हैं हम जाके आते हैं. That moment I loved and said, तू जा सकती है क्या? My conversations, my ways of dealing with them. And like, I find divinity in humanity. And I humanize my divinity. कि हर एक में मुझे वो दिखती है. That's how it is. Every human looks like her. That eternal sky of divinity. All of you are the same. But at the same time, I humanize my divinity. मैं एक रिश्ता बना देता हूँ उसके साथ. And that's how you laugh, you smile, you dance, you sing. कितना भी बेसुरा गाओ. अब सुर की किसे चिंता हो जब उसने आपके सुर को पकड़ लिया हो तो. If she has accepted your ways of singing. Might be a child never sings in a perfect rhythm or tone, but a child sings and the mother listens. So may you all get a chance to sing for her, might be. Dance for her. And that day, don't think, oh, मेरे को गाना नहीं आता. Just like the idiot I was on that day saying that I don't know how to sing further. I don't have any shame calling myself that at that moment. But she was happy with those 4 or 5 words, and I said, wow, what is more needed? So many things happened in between, but this is Sankshipt mein, because when you are in front of it, you will forget time. Because you are no more flowing in the same realm of time that is calculated in the watches that we wear. That timeline is completely different. And okay, I'm still here in front of you. I'm not gone anywhere. Might be to tell her story to you again that yes, it is possible. And as Vivekananda said, she is like a person whom you can meet. If ever you get a chance to go to Dakshina Kali, there is an image of Ramakrishna Paramans. Okay. So you go there, sit sometime there, and then just go to the secluded places, because it is always almost bheed rehti hai. Find a corner, at least after once seeing her image, find a corner, just sit there. Just simply sit there. You cannot stop crying. Because that presence is so much there. You remember when you went to Vindhyavasini? There was so much of rush, but still that connectivity that you feel with her. So there are spaces that can invoke such energies within you. That's why it is important to travel such spaces, because at times when you are not just able to get it when you are sitting at your home, you should travel to such places. But the day, सबसे बड़ा तीर्थ क्या है जानते हैं? आप ही के. You are that. आप ही सबसे बड़ा तीर्थ हो. The day you realize that every thing, every being, एक बात पूछो, इसका अगर उत्तर दे दे तो मान जाऊंगा. All of you can see something in front of you, right? कहीं पे भी कुछ भी दिखाई दे रहा है, देख पा रहे हो ना? मतलब कोई फोन को देख रहा है, कोई टेबल को देख रहा है, कोई स्क्रीन पे मुझे देख रहा है, जैसे हरि भाई 2 स्क्रीन पे मुझे देख रहे हैं. So whichever way, whatever way you are looking at it, जो कुछ भी देख रहे हो वो वहां है ना, is there. Can you tell me how that thing is traveling into you? वो तो वहां है. But how are you able to see that within you? The science can say, okay, light is falling. Okay, I understand that. Light is falling. But how is that light traveling? How I am able to see that? And yesterday Pradeep was there and I was saying the same thing to him. I says, what is making that thing travel from there to here? What is the medium? What is the source? Now you can say vibration, frequency. Okay, who is doing that? Can you see, even if you are seeing, it is because of her presence you are seeing. उसके बिना ना आप देख सकते हो, ना सुन सकते हो, ना बोल सकते हो, ना. Now tell me, even if you feel that you are this body, when she is not with you, when she is not touching you. It's absolutely so absurd that we discard all these things. When they say, where is he or where is she? I say, I'm swimming in it. मैं उसी में तैर रहा हूं. जैसे मछली जल में तैरती है, मैं उसमें तैर रहा हूं. Where is it not? Everywhere. So where is she not? Yet lost in the world. आप जानते हो माया क्या करती है? Just like if I want you to not to see anything, I will not tie your entire body. I will just tie your eyes and you will be blind. Yes or no? मैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक पट्टी आपके आंखों के ऊपर बांधूंगा और आप अंधे की तरह बनोगे. उसके बाद आपको कुछ नहीं दिखाई देगा. शरीर कितना भी बड़ा हो, आंखें इतनी सी है लेकिन उसी से दिखता है. बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से माया आपके बुद्धि के ऊपर काम करती है. पूरे शरीर के ऊपर जरूरत नहीं, और वो काफी होता है आपको अंधा बना देने के लिए. It simply works here. So what do you do? When you listen to all these things, when you think on all those things, because now you are not thinking just within that layer, you are just trying to pierce through that. It's a moment when that seed is trying to grow into a sapling. And it does not matter how soft it is, it will still crack through it and bring it out. And then it will grow into that amazing tree someday. Did you realize the tree was hidden within the seed and the seed is hidden within the tree? Who is hidden within whom? Just like that, she is hidden in you and you are hidden within her. And that's where you are playing the drama of hide and seek. Sometimes she appears, sometimes you. The entire drama of hide and seek. कभी तुम छुपो, कभी हम. So Alibaji, please continue with your question.
It was so fascinating, Mahadev, what you're saying. आज का जो मेरा रामचरितमानस का पाठ था, उसमें राम, sorry, I'm digressing a bit, but
No problem.
I could share this. You said now that where is she not, right? So अभी वनवास के लिए राम जी, लक्ष्मण जी और सीता जी चल रहे हैं और वो पहुंचते हैं वाल्मीकि जी के आश्रम में. और वहां का जो माहौल है, the divinity that is there, the serenity that is there, and वो महर्षि वाल्मीकि जी को पूछते हैं कि आप मुझे गाइड कीजिए कि यहाँ से मैं कहाँ जाऊं जहाँ मुझे अच्छा सा जगह मिले और जहाँ मैं पर्ण बना सकूं. और वहां
कभी देखे हो भगवान भक्त से पूछते हुए कि मैं कहाँ जाऊं?
Exactly, Mahadev. And he says, you are the creator, you are in everything. You tell me where are you not, that I will guide you to a place where you can go. Huh? And then he says, Mahadev, what you just said and what I had seen in your eyes, the first time I got your divine darshan in the most unusual place, in your eyes, those deep, deep eyes, is, I would say, Prabhu, that you go to a place in that heart which still hasn't understood you, and you please reside there. Because that's what that heart needs to, know you. And it's not without your grace that the heart will get to know you, that mind will get to know you. So we are so grateful that, Ma has allowed us to be with you. And,
at times I think like I should tear apart this body to show you who I am.
You have given us those divine glimpses every single moment, Mahadev.
He speaks.
Mahadev, just moving to another point, I have these long pending questions.
Yeah.
Just asking one more.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Sorry for Retiji and Amarji to make them wait. Just very quick one.
Yeah.
This is related to the phase when, you know, Sati immolated herself and Mahadev was in that state of distress. Again, these things sound very ironical that he who is, you know, master of all senses going into the mode of distress, that too in such level that, you know, it caused devastation. It had to cause the demolition of the entire body, and the body parts fell all across the world. And then she had to come to him saying that, how is it that you, the Trikaldarshi, can forget that unless this separation happens, we will not meet to, you know, kind of complete the creation. He goes back and then he establishes the Shakti Peeths. But the curiosity again is, Mahadev, that the goddess who is all encompassing, who is so powerful, who is the primordial force, who is the Adi Shakti, for every Shakti Peeth that Mahadev does, and again, that whole process also was so, although we see it in the form of a creation like a serial and all that, but it's because of our journey, maybe it just feels like the Adi Guru himself sitting and doing a shrad maybe of the Adi Shakti, the kind of feeling that it brings. But my question is that for the Shakti Peeth, for such a powerful existence, even if it's just a part of her, he also institutionalizes a Bhairav near every Shakti Peeth. So does the primordial power, which actually, if goes off, then Shiv only becomes Shav, needs protection? Or is it, you know, what is that combination of every Shakti Peeth having a, you know, like a protector as a Bhairav? Or maybe I'm saying these words or the concepts, but and on the same note, just a related question of Puri Jagannath Dham, that while there is Ma Vimla Devi Shakti Peeth, is it true that Sri Jagannath is actually the Bhairav as well? Just this, Madhu.
Okay. So why Shakti Peeths have these Bhairav and all those things, right?
The Khetrapal's concept, why does it even come?
So rather than just what the eye see and what the mind knows, I would like to go beyond that to make you understand why this concept also. In the very basic way, I can say that how can Shiva be away from Shakti itself? So she became like, he always wanted to be along with her in the different forms. He says, as many different forms you take, that many different forms I will. What if that is true? What if you are also a form? Have you ever thought in that way? Why only 51? He simply said, as many forms you take, that many forms I will. But more than that, let me decode it in a certain way. थोड़ा सा mythological है, but let me even add a pinch of through Tantra, like what this truth is all about, like Shiva and Shakti. It's all about, like we all know, like they are like the consciousness, the energy. They are like the stillness and motion, right? So let me try to put that in words. How can I get that is? Okay. So we all know, like, as you said, like Sati dismembered her body, and then we all know, like, Vishnu Sudarshan Chakra comes, and the Shakti Tattva was scattered across the earth, kind of thing that we see, right? But it is like when Shakti was separated from Shiva, she became something like a power without a direction. When you call Shiva as a guru, he's like a guiding force. So here, if you look at Shakti, is all energy, but it does not know where to go. It's a directionless state. Now you can ask, Adi Shakti directionless? No, that's the play. When we unfold it, then you will come to realize, because when you say directionless, it just flows into anything and everything. It scatters itself. So in order to understand this concept completely, just listen to it first. Thereafter, if you have any question, then you can ask me. Take. So it was just like the direction, like it was a pure power, but it was just scattered. Uncontrolled energy, agar kabhi bhi hota hai na, if the energy is uncontrolled, it will always create something that becomes the source of destruction, kind of thing that we can speak of. Because one way I can say this is, when वो सारे पिंड जहाँ गिरे ना, like each and every place where the part of our body actually fell, they became like immense space of power, right? The Shakti पीठ जिसे आप कहते हो. But uncontrolled energy जो था ना, it started destroying more, just as it can create with direction, without direction to destroy. Therefore, wherever Shakti resided, Shiva manifested at Bhairava. I'll give you a very classic example. You have heard, you have seen, you have studied when Kali was in a rage and she was cutting down on everything, nothing, she was not stoppable. What did Shiva did? Just came and lie down in front of it. What does that indicate? That simply indicates that when the energy is flowing in an uncontrolled manner, there should be something to stop it, so that it stops destruction. Now, in this case, when you said that Shiva was in another form this time, he was in distress when it was cut down into pieces. Because कब हुआ उनको? जब तक वो कंधे पे डाल के घूम रहा था, he was just walking through as a madman. But the moment it was cut down into pieces, he became absolutely crazy. Because उसको हम भोला शंकर कहते हैं ना. So let me ask you this question. Why you call him Bhola Shankar? He knows that what you are asking is not a permanent thing you are asking. And he still says, okay, later, whatever you are asking, okay, let me do that. He plays in that way. He is so powerful that he can appear powerless. And in that space, he said that when you are in deep love with something and that thing is taken away from you, you might face the same space, that you might go into that realm where you act like a madman. But here, if I remove all that you know, we can say that Bhairava was kept as a protector of that place, right? But Bhairava is not just a protector there. He is actually the gatekeeper of the divine feminine energy that we speak of. Because when a devotee, jab ek sadhak enters into the Shakti Peeth, they first bow to the Bhairav. Because only through discipline, courage, and purity in the mind, one can access the Shakti's grace. Many a times, if you go to such places, Bhairava will test you even before you reach to the goddess. Because until your mind is transformed, it will not allow you to enter into the temple itself. What Bhairava does being there is, it actually burns down all the impurities that you have been carrying on. आप देखे होंगे, when you go to such Shaktipeeth, something different will shift in you. When you are in that space, before even you enter, you somehow will forget so many things. In the sense, आपको अगर किसी के ऊपर गुस्सा था, आप कहीं क्रोधित होके आए हो, चिड़े हुए हो, if you are going with that mindset, you will find it very difficult to even enter into the temple, and even if you enter, you will not experience that happiness that you want to experience actually. इसलिए भैरव के सामने कभी भी शक्तिपीठ जाता तो भैरव के सामने जाके पहले बैठ जाओ. Sit there. Give away everything there. Even your anger. एक बात बताओ, भैरव से ज्यादा गुस्सा आपको है क्या? नहीं है. You cannot be angrier than him. So sit there, give it away, so that because he helps you to purify all those things. That was one more reason why the Bhairava is always there. So that when you are going to that space, you go with the purest of your own state. Before approaching the Shakti, you should, it's a reminder that before even you enter into the temple, you should awake that Bhairava Shakti within you. And then each Shaktipeeth is actually like a complete universe in itself. Because Shakti is the force who creates everything. And Bhairava is the controlling consciousness. It is like the union of two things, the union of two that actually creates moksha itself. Means the creator, the created, they combine together, become one, and they show you the path of liberation. So when you go to the Shakti Peeths, like every one of you might have gone to some or other, especially जहाँ पे तांत्रिक स्वरूप में उसकी पूजा होती है, okay? Shakti will never be worshipped alone. So वहां उस कारण भी भैरव को रखा जाता है. जैसे कामेश्वर भैरव है कामेश्वरी देवी के लिए, दक्षिण भैरव है कामाख्या देवी के लिए, वैसे ही काल भैरव है, then बटुक भैरव है. So these are all the Bhairavas that have been posted out there. It is like, okay, so let me put it in a human language. Actually, I'm just running here and there. In you, if you say your body is the Shakti Peeth, let's understand in this way. शायद इससे थोड़ा आइडिया आएगा कि वहां पे क्यों होता है ऐसा. So let's assume this body is also a Shakti Peeth. Okay? And the Kundalini that we have within us is the Shakti, the Divine Mother. The awareness that is there in the body is like the Bhairava. So when the awareness rises, it unites the Shakti in the Sahasrara and you become complete. Just like that, in order to bring that kind of essence within you, every place was not left out as one. One more thing is, आप कभी भी ये देखो शिव और शक्ति अलग नहीं हो सकते. They are part of the one singularity. Just in order to create, they took two different forms. Now, when you are going to a Shakti Peeth and you only experience one part of energy and not the other part, your experience will be remaining incomplete kind of thing. So there was another Bhairava kept out there so that when you go, you experience both the kinds of energies there. Especially इनका सबसे महत्व सबसे ज्यादा क्या है जानते हैं अद्रिवा जी? जब आप कोई भी शक्ति स्थान पे जाते हो, कोई भी शक्तिपीठ पे जाते हो, if you are doing a sadhana, Let's say you are doing a sadhana to achieve some powers or some grace of the goddess. Okay. When you are sitting there, you don't even know what you are asking, and your body is even capable to handle that or not. So why is a Bhairava there? The Bhairava actually guides you. He is sitting there as a guiding force, as a guru to you, who will say, because आप देखे हो कि तीर्थ स्थान में बहुत सारे लोग जाते हैं, ऐसे लोग जो जिनको तीर्थ से कोई मतलब भी नहीं है. But when you go and sit there first, asking for the help. In what way should I approach into the temple? In what way I can experience the goddess in the best possible way? Even in humanly language, if you sit and seek and ask this question, you might have gone to that place earlier. This time you go do this, sit in front of Bhairava and say, now awaken that energy within me, give me your knowledge so that I can experience the divinity in the best possible way. That day you will see the experience will be something else altogether. So they are not just the protector there, they are also the guiding force for you. And also, in our culture, there is a respect of femininity. आप सोचो, देवी मंदिर में है, भैरव बाहर धूप में बैठा है. What does that indicate? That indicates our lives itself. He says, even though you are the most powerful being on this creation, still when you look at the feminine, you should respect that. And we always close our eyes to understand all those things. कि शिव भी बाहर बैठा है और कहता है कि you should respect that first. Then only you can experience the power in true essence. And more than that, when you actually see the form of a Bhairava, you will see it always matches with the Bhairavi that is available. In one way or other, is it not their benevolence? You might have to travel far off someday to one place to experience it. Yet out of their benevolence, they became so many that you can experience them at many places now. Now tell me, who would even allow somebody to burn for you? Who would even allow to cut them into pieces for you? Who would even go mad for you? And who can sit as a guard for you? If in this also we don't see benevolence of that divinity, we are truly blind. Because every Shaktipeeth is like a mirror of the inner world. And when you sit there and you do the worship of the Bhairava, might be someday I teach you that path. I teach you such a path where you come to a realization why the Bhairava is sitting there. Thoda, I'm hesitating to speak actually. In the sense, hesitation is not that it is something you should experience rather than speaking. Or else all the other stories you already know that, oh, wahan pe aise rakha gaya so that he can. But now, when the Adi Guru himself sits and consecrates that,
Yes.
वो पिंडदान कर रहे थे कि he was consecrating that energy there.
Yes.
So that they will still be there as the vibrating pulse of this creation and Till this drama of this world continues, they will also be there. In those spaces, if you go, if you truly surrender, the experiences that you will have there, I don't know why it is stopping me. But the thing is, Alivaji, it has become a protector. It has become a guard. Not for the one who is sitting inside, for the world outside. How about that? When I say that he is not just protecting what is inside, he is protecting the outside also. Who is outside now of the temple? It's you. He said, oh my goodness. Salivaji, like there is something that is still not allowing me to speak of it. But all that I can say is let's experience that. Can we? Shall we? Let's do it right now then. Why to wait? Who have seen yesterday, tomorrow? Now with your eyes closed or open eyes, whichever you prefer. When you are just sitting there. Like, let's say if you have been to any of the Shakti Pits, and if you have not gone, if you have seen the images of that place also, just imagine or that the Bhairava and the Bhairavi are having a conversation now. And you are becoming the experiencer of that conversation or the witness of it. Just sit and listen. Just sit quiet and just allow it to happen. Hear and listen what I'm going to say. Might be now I become the words through which that silence speaks. Where you are sitting, the universe is absolutely silent. And the galaxies are breathing very softly. In the space between your heartbeats, and stillness. Bhairavi awakens. And Bhairava just watches. And in that moment, Bhairavi is asking, Beloved, do you see how I rise again and again? From your stillness, I burst forth as creation. I dance as light, sound, form, and desire. Yet every time I dance, I lose sight of you. Why, O Bhairava, must I forget you to create you? And in that moment, Bhairava says, because my Shakti, remembrance cannot exist without forgetfulness. If you never left me, who would seek you to return? Your forgetfulness is my secret game of love. I am the void that holds your dance, and your dance gives shape to my silence. And then Bhairavi says, and yet, my lord, the world calls me Maya. They say I bound the souls in illusion. They do not see that I am your pulse, that every illusion is like a curtain, a veil of your own play. And in that moment, Bhairava would say, Oh beloved, let them call you Maya, for even illusion is sacred when known as mine. You are the mirror that makes awareness see itself. Without your reflection, I remain unknowable. If you are the flame, I am the light. If you are the breath, I am the stillness. Then Bhairavi says, then tell me, O eternal witness, when I weep in form as the mother, the lover, the seeker, when I bleed as the earth, when I cry as the river, when even I burn like the sun, do you not feel it too? And then Bhairava would say, every tear you shed is my meditation. Every birth of yours is my awakening. When you shatter, I expand. When you burn, I become light. When you dissolve, I return to stillness. Bhairavi, you are my rasa, my ananda, and my lila. Without your play, I would remain unmanifested silence. which would be like a sky without stars, a song without a sound, a dance without a rhythm. And then Bhairavi asks something, and she says, then what is liberation, my lord? If I am you and you are me, why must the sadhaka struggle? Why must he burn through tapas and cry through lifetimes to find us both? In that space, Bhairava says, because, O Devi, the seeker's journey is our own remembering. They walk through lifetimes not to reach me, but to remember that they were never apart. The sadhaka's tapas or tapasya is our love story being replayed in the human form. And when his mind becomes still and his heart burns with surrender, then I, the Bhairava, awaken within them, and you, the Bhairavi, rise from their root to the crown. That moment, the game ends. That moment, the universe bows down. You are I, and I am you. And then Bhairavi says, and when the universe sleeps again, my love, when I return into your stillness, what remains? And in that moment, I can say, like, there was only silence all around. But the silence that was marinated, the silence that was wrapped around in love. And in that stillness, the promise that you will dance again, and I wait again. Because when you are not around, the sound ceases, the imagination disappears. And in that moment, they actually showcased us the play of creation and dissolution, the desire of stillness, the love of realization. The Bhairava and Bhairavi are not two beings, they are the two aspects of you. And when your awareness meets your energy, you become the living embodiment of that divinity. And when you are sitting here and listening to this conversation, would it have been possible if they are not sitting together? Somehow they sit together so that they can keep on continuing sharing the knowledge, sharing the wisdom. If no Bhairava was there, with whom she would converse? And without the Bhairavi, Shiva would just lie down like a corpse. So here, both are not different from each other. Both are actually part of the same. appearing too, just like your two eyes appear different, yet they both see the same thing. Similarly, they appear to be two, yet in the core they are all one. And when and whatever you have ever heard in the stories that you might have heard, the kathas that you might have listened, the Vedas or the Puranas that you might have heard, how were they all created? And in the majority of the spaces, you will find they were just the conversation between them. The conversation between the Bhairava and the Bhairavi. And today, here, now, you are listening to such a conversation. May that Bhairava awaken within you so that you find out the Shakti Peeth that is hidden in you. Let the knowledge of that Bhairava guide you. Now be in that stillness of them. Now awake. Awake, asking me the question if you still have a doubt why. Awake. So one way why Bhairava was kept there was also for the conversations. One way the Bhairava was established there as the protector of that space. One way it was also kept there so that it becomes a guiding force. One way it was shown like it shows respect. One way it is also showing that I love it so much that even I can cry. And rather, I would say, if Shiva did not cry, that would have been a problem to me. That itself shows, जब आपको ये प्रश्न आता है ना कि if he knows everything, why did he cry? He knows even reality of you, then why is he crying? Answer is very simple. He was indicating something. He said, in a millions of forms you take, I will sit and wait for you. Might be He is waiting for you to return. And it is not absolutely gender bias. We still feel like a he and a she and a this and a that. But it's not. So was there a requirement of a Bhairava? Then let me ask you a question, the final one. Do you need a teacher? Do you need a guru? Why? You might be better qualified. You might be well versed with so many things. But you still need it. Why do you need the guide? Even though you are all powerful, you are all amazing, still need a guide. So Shiva is not just sitting there as the protector. He is sitting in a many different ways to express itself. You know what, like when I look at him drinking the poison, when I look at him wearing the meager amount of things that he can, it's as if looks like he cannot afford them, right? It's just like the same question that we asked. Why did Shiva actually cry? He was not crying at Sati, he was crying at the ignorance. And of course, he sits there at the protector, because you also might have seen in the same serials that you watch that there were demons, those who wanted to dismantle it, destroy it. Now just think of a Rakshasa who is made by the goddess herself, wants to destroy it. But doesn't it all looks like a distant drama that you are watching? So when you can differentiate that, you will see everything changes. That means that day the Bhairava Shakti is awakening within you. You are able to see the things. You are able to safeguard yourself. You are able to put yourself in a very different zone. So Alivaji, why is the Bhairava there? There are many ways to understand that. I'll see if I can take a session completely on that. So I do a justice to what we started. Let me see what comes.
And especially the correlation to our own this mortal body, Mandev, that is
You
where
know,
the
like
deepest connection happens.
that flesh, the bag of flesh.
Yes.
You know how well it has decorated that. It has hidden everything within that, and everything beyond, just below that skin, you cannot see it. Yet that simple skin makes all the difference. It's a well packed chaos, I can say. Okay, so I'll design that. I'll see like how I can speak more elaborately, because even of the time constraints, I'm not diving into deep, because if I start that, I'll be sitting here and you will be sitting there as well. So let's see if a session is there. So you have easily 3 hours. So you can actually dive completely deep into that. So let's see if Matrika's once complete, remind me that we can do a session on the Bhairavas and the Bhairavis then. Okay?
Thank you, Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev.
Jai Mahadev.
And one more thing is, you should have asked me the question previous to the previous question. Then only I would have given you another answer. But now the state is such a that I don't even want to even answer those things. But that gives birth to a new session. So that would happen. So that would be better, I believe, right? Okay. Ashbo, Ashbo. Now you found a new mantra, right? Today. Like I just say Ashbo, Ashbo, and you understand, oh, I. Okay. So Alivaji, I would like to create an entire session for that, which we will do. Okay.
Krutakto Mahadev. Dhanyavad Mahadev.
Thank you. Revati ji.
I'll take just 2 minutes.
Okay, your time starts now.
Pranam, first of all. I have to convey a message to you from my cousin, which I wanted to do it today because otherwise I'll forget. So at the Tobu's wedding, we had done a small session, if you remember, 15 minutes,
I
everybody
do.
was sitting, yeah. And you had told them there that, you put your, whatever you wish
I still
into a,
remember that.
yeah, you put your wish and just see within a year it will come true. So my cousin called me this morning from Bangalore and she said, I had asked for something that day. I closed my eyes and I asked for something. She said, it actually came true. Devi came to my house. She said, I wanted to experience Devi. And she said it actually happened in the last, I think, fortnight or so. Something happened to her. She didn't tell me the whole thing, but she did. Um, she's going to write a message to you. She'll send it to me and I'll send it to you. So she's so grateful for that she said she must do her pranam to you through me because she's not on the session today. I had asked her to join, but she's unwell. So she sends her koti koti pranam to you for having experienced this phenomenal thing. She said it's just unbelievable that it's happened with me. So,
Ashbu, so you can tell her the same thing.
yes, I will.
The,
And, yeah, and secondly, it's Rachita's death anniversary on the 27th of this month.
okay.
As I had mentioned last time, that if we can just, maybe not come on a session also, but if we can just pray for her, I think she'll
Who
attain.
denies it? None of us deny that. We
Yeah,
are sitting here not for our own
yeah.
liberations. That's what
So,
I am sure of.
yeah. So it's on the 27th, it's Monday. So if it's convenient, anytime for 10 minutes around
Except
whatever
Hari Bhai
time.
hai na.
Yeah, I'll tell Haribhai to do it. It's just, I think,
So
no,
whoever they can bring some time, they can obviously come and
yeah.
what does
Around
it
this
take?
27th of October is the date. So I'll remind Haribhai and uh, I'd love to have everybody around to pray for her. So,
Of course,
yeah.
why not?
We have what to do now. We have to smile and say she's wherever she is, she's happy. And she's blessing everybody. So
have you ever seen any being for whom so many people actually sit and pray and think of her, and what kind
yeah,
of a
it actually
journey she might have
happened.
been, right?
It actually happened, and that too where? Oh my God, it was Haridwar. It's a unbelievable. It's unbelievable what happened that time. So
So when you say wherever, okay,
she is in the right. I think she's happy where she is, and she's blessing all
absolutely.
of us. Yeah. I think Satyajit is also, healing, and we're all there to support him. So
Sure, why not?
yeah, it's good. He went off to Delhi for a year and he came back and he's now with us. So I think that also helps. So
It's good.
yeah.
So surely please pass on our regards to your cousin also.
Yes, I will. And she's so overwhelmed with what she's experienced. She's told me, but I'd rather that she tell you herself. So, I don't want.
That's okay.
Yeah, she just can't believe it that she's actually experienced it. She said, "You have to tell him." So I said, "Yeah, we'll have a Wednesday session. That time I'll talk to him." So yeah. So thank you for all the experiences I'm also having and everything that everybody is
You
doing.
know, like the crushing effect that you feel
Yeah.
is what makes you stronger, kind of thing that we believe.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I am on this with this divine family, and I've experienced a lot of other things as well. I was telling you the other day that it's not. It's very. What should I say? It's very different what I've experienced elsewhere and what I'm experiencing here. And I always keep saying that every minute I have to thank Apparao for introducing me
He
here.
actually came to me just before Diwali day, and I
He
told him,
did?
yeah, he
Oh,
came. He came and he came with a big book along us also. He
okay.
was saying it has been, oh my God, how many years? 3 years almost. I have not been
Hmm.
here because he was going through some ailments. His
Okay.
family also was not doing good, but now everything is back in
That's
good space. So he said, I am feeling so happy. Like I said, okay, I'll pass on your message.
Yeah. He sent me a message recently, but yeah, I feel grateful to him. So
No, I told him, like, yeah, many people might have forgotten you, but Revati ji keeps on saying your name. He says, yeah, that's her goodness.
it's a fact, no, I would have never been here. So I was going through such a low phase that time that I think,
Everyone here has, like, from where all we have come here.
yeah. No, and like I spoke to you the other day, it's such a stark difference, I mean, the total commercialization of something, and it's just passing on knowledge, passing on experience here without any expectation is,
If you are
I mean,
expecting, that means you are still not having it.
yeah, but it's going on, right? I mean, it's going on in the other spheres of life. So
That's okay. Let the other spheres of the light become the planetary movements all around us, and we become the sun on his presence. They actually rotate.
yeah, even now when I keep thinking, I mean, just merely wearing saffron robes doesn't make you a monk. So, and not
It
wearing
does not.
saffron robes doesn't mean that you're not a monk. So,
Yeah, and look at us.
yeah,
We are all colors.
all
We are
colors.
not bound even by colors.
Yeah, I mean, why do they? I now start thinking, why do they call themselves monks? I actually want to
That's what I say. No, they
find a
call
reason.
themselves monk.
Yeah, they call themselves monks.
But do you?
I now know. I mean, I'm so disenchanted with something that
Wow, that's a very
I'm
powerful
so
word.
disenchanted that I can't even, I can't, I don't know I don't know how to spell a monk now anymore.
So let
So
me tell you, MONK.
I don't want to know. I think it's a
You remember,
devastating.
Revati ji, I told one thing to even in the beginning, might be you have heard of it. And all the people, those who have been for a long, long time with us, I have told them one thing. Don't stay here. Go out, see. experience.
Yeah.
But at the end, will find us again. Reason is very simple. We are not just here to give you the worldly things that you ask for. We are the one who is sitting at that place where the world leaves you.
Yeah. But my eternal question after what I've kind of experienced elsewhere is that what are you preaching then? What you are preaching, you are not exercising
Preaching.
it yourself. You're preaching something which you are not even exercising yourself. Surrendering, anger, dvesh, all of that which you are told that it has to be
As
given
everything
up.
is there. Actually,
It has
means
to be given
so
up.
they are teaching that they
Yeah.
are not able to come out of mind.
Gossiping. I mean, speaking ill of others. How does that make you a monk?
May God, that's what you remember, like what Jesus Christ said. Might be you have to say the same thing, right? You can say, "Oh God, forgive them; they don't know what they are doing."
No, I mean, eventually they say, God will take care. But how are you taking care of what is supposed to do? You're not even doing that. So anyway, it was very good for me to go through that experience as well, because I think I took whatever I wanted to from there. I took all the goodness that was there, and I'm happy with that. So
Be that son. That's what we can say.
yeah, makes me very happy. So thank you. And Haribhai, I'll remind you on the 27th.
Sure, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
So the best thing that happened today was the 199th Q&A session was not a brilliant question and answer session, but I can say a brilliant expression of what I have went through in my childhood at that age. And now somebody asked me, Haribhai, कि हाँ आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर, लावण्य जी ही पूछ रहे थे ना, माना जी आपको ये इतने कम उम्र में कैसे आ रहा था ये सब? कुछ नहीं आ रहा था इसीलिए शायद हो गया, अगर आता तो दिमाग लगाता था मैं. It was good that happened in that time. As we become so intelligent after that, right? Then even the simplest of the experience that could be divine, we make them at a very strong statement, like saying, ये कैसे हो सकता है? Then we bring the logic into play. That's not what it is. It is, that's what I say. I am just giving you an age. But it does not matter that you cannot be that, like that now. You still can be. And should be beautiful way that you are experiencing all that. But now I am thinking I will go and ask, okay, come on, today you sing the song, I sleep. And when people used to say, like when he used to sing in that ecstasy, you just call out ma, ma, and everybody around him would go crazy. So with this prayer in my heart, I say, like, because the only thing that I have seen is he has never denied me. So she won't deny you also. So may she appear in the best possible ways. Might be dance with you, as I said. But thank you everyone for bringing back my childhood memories. कौन सुनता, कौन पूछता, कौन बोलता? Who would have asked and all have spoken? One way it was good, Haribhai, when it was not going live, actually, I thought. I could have shared more, might be.
No, we'll have a separate session for that without live.
Might be live, but not offline. Offline live kind of thing that we can do. Because you sit, you experience. That very moment, you will absolutely come to a realization that it is not that person who is sitting in front is speaking anymore. In that moment, आप देखोगे कि the experience itself starts speaking itself. So many. क्या याद करूं, क्या बोलूं? This is the thing that I still keep on asking the question to my own self. कि क्या सिखाऊं? What should I teach? What should you should learn? What all is left out? What all has to be given? What all और क्या दिया जा सकता है, और क्या बताया जा सकता है, और क्या सिखाया जा सकता है? Only thing is, my agenda is very simple. How to provide mukti to you. That's my entire work. Whichever way, शाम दाम दंड भेद, जिससे भी हो, जैसे भी हो. And I see some real-time people, those who are ready for that. Why not? And many a times I think that is it really needed to speak all this? Then there always, she appears as a reminder somehow, somewhere. And he says like, okay, if you are thinking in this way that you should not do this, but you know these people are there, those who are genuinely seeking it, why would you like to stop? जब मैं कोशिश भी करता हूँ रुकने के लिए ना, वो रुकने नहीं देती. So that means it is not my work anymore. She does not want to stop me. That's it. She does not want me to stop. Until you find your way home. पहले बच्चा जिद कर रहा था, आज माँ जिद पे है, तो क्या करोगे? चलो, it's too late by now. It's already 11:30. My goodness. Chalo, thank you everyone for your presence. Thank you everyone for being there. And yes, Lavanya ji, बच्चा था, सीख गया जल्दी जल्दी, क्या करें? सिखाने वाले अच्छे होंगे. Till we meet again this Sunday, because अभी तो अक्षर आधा ही पढ़े हो. इसके बाद थोड़ा जल्दी जाएगा. Most probably I'll try to finish it off in a session. But you know me, that even I don't know how much I'm going to speak. But whatever may come, may it come in the best possible ways. May you all... Achha, I have a question before I go, Hari bhai. Everybody asked me question. Let me ask a question. How many of you got a message that a new sadhak has born? ये message आया किसी को? Okay, so Suma ji is raising her hand. Anybody else who has gotten this message? Because Nilima ji, आप हाथ उठाए हो? You're raising your hand? No? Okay. मैं बताता हूँ वो कब होता है. Why I'm asking this is, if you are using anahad for a streak of 3 days, एक मंत्र को अगर आप 3 दिन जाप करते हो तो उसमें एक मैसेज आएगा. Oh, you have successfully completed 3 days. A new sadhak is born. So do one thing. At least every day open that up, listen to one part of that. At least one of the... because that's how we are able to trace that, like how it is working and what needs to be modified. Yeah, I'm just occupied, or else I would have added many things to that. There are some crazy stuffs coming into that, like so be there. and because you need your feedbacks on that. If any issues are there, if any bugs are there to be fixed up. But every day at least go गणेश मंत्र 11 मिनट का ही है और उसको अगर फिर स्पीड पे डाल दो so it becomes around 7 to 6 minutes also. So please be on that app every single day. And who knows what unfolds next. And I might come up with a question. Okay, so did you get this message? So thank you everyone. And I saw like majority of you have already downloaded it. That's good. Thank you. And the iOS people have already found out some or other way to download it from other phones. So I could see even 4 or 5 people have already downloaded that in the US as well. So good, the way we are moving. So thank you everyone for your time, your efforts, and Ashbo. And then when I say that Ashbo, someday somebody from there should shout Ashigache. She has come, kind of thing. So thank you, and till we meet again, sleep well. Take my story. Sleep well today. And the people in the US, if you have a daytime, don't worry. This you can go back to that part of YouTube, that part of the session, listen to that, then go to sleep. Okay. So thank you so much. And Hari bhai,